Then
No.
I think. What do you mean no?
No, it's
What?
dead.
What do you?
No, it's dead.
It's dead
It's dead.
forever.
It's dead. It's dead.
It's dead, just like all
I'm
the
kidding.
just like all the other
Okay.
remakes and remasters. That is
Just
definitely
like
dead.
metal.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Two Buds One Podcast, episode 5. I am your host, the Technet Jelly, with my co-host Alchem Games, here live on his Twitch channel at the time. Now, today I have a interesting question for Alchem because I've saw a bunch of articles. Everyone was talking about it a couple days ago on Twitter because it happened and it was kind of like a out of nowhere thing. Oh, okay. Out of nowhere, for people who didn't know, some people were surprised that they still exist, and some people were like, "Yeah, this is. I'm surprised they lasted so long." And that's Rooster Teeth is completely shut down. Rooster Teeth is gone. Rooster Teeth is gone, kind of, for the most part. Like it's like 80%, like 90% gone. 10% of it is still alive, technically.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I forgot all about that with like the bigger news that happened with. Well, I mean, for me because I'm a huge nerd. But
Yeah. Wait, what
I
was
forgot.
the what was the bigger news? I don't even remember the bigger news.
Well, okay. For those you who loved especially Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Yeah, Toriyama passed away.
Yeah, that was very sad.
Sidelined everyone.
Yeah, that was very sad. The reason for me, I've never watched any of his shows, honestly. I know they're crazy popular and stuff like that, but I mean, I've never. I'm a fake VTuber, Alchem. I barely watched anime. Like, I'm fake. I've basically barely watched it. I just never got into drag. I was just not. I didn't have cable or the means to watch most of the shows that most people grew up with when, like, it was our demographic. You know what I mean? Like, I watched.
You ever played Dragon Quest?
I never played it, but I know, like, of it.
Chrono Trigger?
I also should tell you I didn't have the Nintendo Wii was the first Nintendo console I owned.
I'm walking. I'm going. No.
I was an Xbox kid. I had a Sega Dreamcast, and when they stop making consoles, my dad got an Xbox. And I played Halo.
I can't believe it. But no, that was something that happened like in the anime world.
Yeah,
in the anime world,
yes. And like it's a big deal. It's a big deal about it too. And it sucks cuz he was pretty young too, wasn't he? He was like only in his 60s from what I read.
He was like 68 if I remember reading the things, but yeah.
He was working on something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's currently the latest thing I remember that's going to come out soon is going to be Sandland, which I am definitely getting when it comes out because it looked awesome.
Yeah.
And
it sucks.
But yeah, that was sad.
It's very sad, but
everyone was mourning. Everyone's doing their own little homages.
Yeah, I've seen all the homages and stuff. Yeah.
You're making fake stories about. Like the craziest one I heard was someone saying the Mexican cartel said.
Oh yeah.
We're taking a day off, and I'm like that. I mean, I know
that's
crazy
down
there,
fake.
but
that's fake. Yeah. But it'd be hilarious if it was true.
Yeah. But Rooster Teeth. I forgot. Yeah.
I mean, the thing with him is that it's just unfortunately it's just one of those things where like you have to say, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
And then you remember the good time. I mean, the thing with that is that you remember the good times, you remember the things that's still coming out, and he left a legacy that's, at least in the anime world, I think is untouchable. I don't think anyone comes close. Maybe the One Piece guy, maybe the One Piece guy, but like him.
There's only a very few.
There's very few that can like go into that category of legacy. You know what I mean? Especially in the anime community. Like in the broad sense, there are a bunch of people that have obviously left legacies, but in the anime community specifically, he's at least top 3.
God, I'm just like remembering. There's now 2 things that I'm gonna see like based on people who are past that I know that I actually liked and enjoyed. There's Sandland with Akira Toriyama, and the next Batman movie. I'm just like, damn. There's 2 things now.
Right. Yeah.
Now we have And now, well, I'm just still like Rooster Teeth. I keep forgetting that is gone.
It
which
is
I'm
gone.
just like, it's like Ruby.
It's
I
like
stopped
90.
caring.
It's 90% gone. Like I said.
Yeah.
Because
Ruby,
technically,
I kind of stopped caring.
Yeah, I mean,
wait,
there's a lot of people that are offering to buy Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of people that are saying, like, they're willing to buy. Apparently, a lot of the OG creators are doing their own thing now, and they just straight up said, we could, if we can, they're like full on trying to buy Ruby back.
I would like that. That would be awesome.
Because a lot of the OG creators are in. I can't remember what they're called now. Unfortunately, they're different. They left Rooster Teeth and did their own thing, which is one of the reasons why I personally wasn't surprised Rooster Teeth collapsed, because a lot of the creators that were part of Rooster Teeth are gone. Like, I knew one thing from Rooster Teeth that was still, like, I still kind of watched every once in a while, and that was Death Battle. And that's only because I really loved Screw Attack. And that's the only thing left of Screw Attack.
I've seen a huge drive to keep Death Battle alive. I've seen a lot of artists, creators, and fans just trying to be like, this is why we need to keep it alive. Look at this. And they show you some of the best animations and best scenes.
I mean, the thing with Death Battle is that for a lot of people didn't even know Rooster Teeth owned Death Battle. Like,
oh yeah, I knew. Yeah, the second I heard Rooster Teeth die, I was like, oh man, it's a shame Red versus Blue is gone. But then again, I was like, Red versus Blue ran its course, and they tried some other stuff, and it was bad.
I didn't even
Ruby
know
went
that it
off,
was still going.
Yeah, Ruby went off the rails, and some weird story that, I mean, it kind of,
it still has its, from what I've heard from people who like Ruby, the newer stuff has its moments, and it isn't bad. But it's obviously it's one of those things where it's just obviously made by different people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
and
like
we're gonna get season 10.
Well, I mean that's season 10 is definitely in a very thing. It's in a weird. It's in a weird. I mean, it depends if they manage to buy it back. Then I think. What do you mean no?
No, it's dead.
What do you?
No, it's dead.
It's dead forever.
It's dead. It's dead.
It's dead, just like all just like all the other remakes and remasters. That it's definitely dead. Just like Death Battle.
Nah. Look, the part that scares me, the part that makes me worry that it might actually be dead, is who currently controls it right now, and that's WB.
I mean, WB is on such a self-destruction. Warner Brothers is literally hitting the self-destruct button on everything. Yep. They are going nuts. No, it's not just games; it's just everything. Yeah. They're nuking everything to try to get a tax write-off because they're so desperate for money.
Yeah,
they're so desperate to say that they're still making profit every year. Because it's not like they're not profitable. The problem is they have to be profitable more so. Because got the investors slapping whipping the chains. Which I mean is the modern world, but still.
Hey guys, look! I'm looking at myself. I'm near the mic now. Now no one can say I'm away from my mic. Haha.
You're still away from the mic on mine, so you can't change that.
Son of a god. No swearing. Remember.
I mean, I was honestly, on a small side note, I was going to look for a mic that more properly, a PNG mic for you that would more properly fit where you were, but I got distracted and didn't do that. And then I remembered. It wasn't
in the budget.
Yeah, when I remembered, I was like, "Oh man, I meant to do that." Damn. I'm lucky. It wasn't in the budget, guys. Me finding a new PNG wasn't in the budget.
But I'll say, okay. But on since we're talking about Death Battle, and that was the main thing. Sorry, I sidelined it with the other.
No, it's okay.
I will say, early days of Rooster Teeth were amazing. Like not just. I mean, Death Battle was awesome.
Death Battle was awesome. I mean, in my personal opinion, Screw Attack was really cool. I loved Screw Attack, like just the website and everything like that. And when they just basically became Death Battle, ironically, when they just became the Death Battle channel is when I was more not okay with it. That. Everyone enjoyed the problem I had with it is they privated all the other videos. Yeah, it became the problem is they got rid of all the rest of Screw Attack, which is. I didn't.
That was.
I loved all of those old Screw Attack videos. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of those videos, just bad. They're just bad.
Yeah.
Like, they were, like, early 2010s videos, right? So, like, they're not necessarily good videos. But it's like, man, for the time, it's crazy that they're able to do that.
Yeah. You
and
had something
and
to
some of
enjoy
them,
there, and it was...
Yeah, it was enjoyable. And some of them horribly offensive. Like, it's, also 2010 humor. So, like, some of it horribly offensive. So, I mean, I understand them privating those because they're a company. I get that. And funny enough, there's a couple of videos of the original guys watching those videos back, and he says, guys, please remember when this was made. And then he just says, I'm sorry. And then the video starts playing. Yeah, it's just like, it's odd riffs. It's a little outdated. I mean, honestly, it's not that bad. It's just a little...
It's because humor tends to differ from the ages. Like, what we think was funny back then is not funny now, and what we think is funny now will not be funny in like years from now. Like, literally,
I can't wait until the kids that really love Skibbity. I want them as adults to explain this to me, because I still don't get it. But you know what? I don't get it, but I love that they love it. You know, it's like one of those things. Like, guys, you can love that. I get it. You know, when in early 2010s, the dog meme, I can't remember it now. The Doge, I found that hilarious. Like, every time I looked at that picture, I laughed so hard. Today, I'm like, why did I think that was so funny? Like, sure, it's a cute picture, but like, why did I think it was the funniest thing on earth? When I was like 12.
It just happened to connect the dots in your pea-sized brain that made you think, oh, this is good. I still, even though like some things don't last the test of time, I still will say a lot of stuff from Rooster Teeth back then still lasts the test of time.
I mean, like Red versus Blue, the OG Red versus Blue stuff. I could still watch. I can still watch that and be like, I mean, other than the fact that the quality of the videos itself are kind of bad, but the content isn't. You know, it's like, it's true. My computer struggles to watch this like 280p video. But it's still a pretty good, like, dude, out of the 5 pixels that I can see, it's pretty good pixels.
Yeah. Like, because I just love that it was just a simple, goofy little thing that evolved into an amazing story. Then it had an amazing animation artist, and the story just kept getting better and better up to season 12 or
honestly,
11, I forget which.
I only watched like up to season 4 or 5. I got off of Halo pretty early on. It's because it's because I became PC Gamer Master Race StarCraft only. I must play StarCraft. Everything's StarCraft. I really enjoy StarCraft. Once that happened, all gaming and all YouTube stuff disappeared from everything, and unless it was StarCraft, I didn't care about it.
I can't believe you. I mean, I became gamer.
I mean, I still played a little bit of console stuff because all my friends played it. Like, here's the thing. Before grade 10 or 11, before grade 10, during grade 10, I met my current group of friends that I still talk to and with. And that's when I stopped playing console games, because they also played StarCraft, which is why we met, which is why like I met them and stuff like that. So that's when I started, because the only reason I kept playing console games is because all the other guys I knew at the time played COD, and I played COD with them, you know?
So just remember playing Halo, because some of my friends actually got really, really into it. And some of them became...
I played Halo 3 for a while.
Some of them played competitively, and we're just doing like long ass sessions of it, and I'm just like, guys, let me play something else. I'm tired of getting headshotted within like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, I just learn by getting my head like constantly.
Yeah. So I only watched up to like season 4 or 4 or 5 of Red versus Blue.
And then Ruby.
I honestly didn't watch. I've watched like very weird parts of Ruby. I've watched like 1 or 2 episodes of season 1, and then like
Look, even I'm not a Ruby fan, and I still watch at least
one or
two
seasons. Here's the thing, I've watched 1 or 2 episodes of season 1, and then I periodically just absorb episodes randomly through other people watching it. So I've seen like episodes of season 4 and 5 and season 3 and 2, but I have zero context of what's happening because I'm just popping in and saying, oh, people are watching it. I mean, I guess I'll watch 1 episode with them since I'm here. And it's just like, I don't know any of the, other than the original cast, I don't know who these people are. But I mean, damn, some of these battle scenes are pretty cool.
It's okay. You get the pass. You watched Death Battle. You get the pass.
It's true. I really did enjoy Death Battle.
Yeah.
The Deadpool Death Battle is still my favorite by hands down.
Which one?
The first Deadpool. The first one.
Oh, okay. The first one.
I know he shows up. I know he shows up periodically, but yeah, the first one.
Yeah, they kept bringing him back because he was such a loved character back then. When everyone was crazy for Deadpool.
I mean, it's also he's just so easy to be put in that. It's like that show is made for him as well.
Yeah. I honestly loved what happened with Screw Attack. It was something that came out of nowhere. Just a bunch of people making a fun little thing. First, it was Red versus Blue. Then it evolved into something more, and then you got a bigger animation, a bigger budget, bigger teams, and then they could actually invest into more creative stuff. Yeah, Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. Okay. You said Screw Attack.
Did I say Screw Attack? Yeah. Okay.
I got very. I'm like Screw Attack did not make Red versus Blue. But yeah. I got what I meant though. Yeah, I knew what you meant.
They ended up funding other projects, and we had all these other creative stuff. Sadly, when we started to lose people, like
it's not just that. It's not just the loss of people. It's that, at least from the articles and stuff that I've read, they haven't made money in like a decade.
Besides like when I say loss of people, I don't just mean like I don't mean money. I also mean like when Bernie left. Yeah. I think when Bernie left, that was a bad sign. When he decided to leave, I was like, oh, there's something going on. But I guess I'll stick around because the shows I like are still there.
Yeah.
Then mismanagement started to happen. I've heard the story.
Yeah. The past couple of years, the only thing I've heard about Rooster Teeth is them constantly apologizing for the toxic work environment. Like, yeah. I didn't even know Rooster Teeth still made stuff until I saw. I was like, oh, like apparently working there sucks.
Yeah.
Literally, the only thing I knew of Rooster Teeth was Ruby. The other show that they have, I can't remember the name now.
Genlock,
yeah, Genlock,
yeah,
and Death Battle. Those are the only 3 things that I knew that was still going. And I knew Red vs. Blue technically was going, but like everyone hated it.
Yeah, I never watched Genlock, but I heard good things about it.
I've heard good things.
I will say for Red vs. Blue, after like season 11, they didn't know what to do anymore with the story. And so they made some weird spin-offs and some weird like side story stuff.
Yeah.
Then they did that stupid Red vs. Blue Zeros or whatever the hell they called it. And everyone hated that. It just trashed the original series.
Oh.
And then they tried to do another one that kind of recovered everything, which was kind of all right. I have to go watch it all, but it was kind of all right from what I saw.
Yeah.
But at that point, everything was going downhill. People stopped watching. People stopped caring. It just didn't become the thing everyone enjoyed anymore. So they were struggling, and you saw the whole paywall thing that they did. They put stuff behind a paywall. Then they put stuff on their own site only, and then they made it free again. And then
they just couldn't keep up.
Yeah. They were just tossing Hail Marys to see this will work. Maybe this will work.
The problem is that you haven't been able to make money off of a video that's not 8 minutes or longer on YouTube for decades. And like that's their main business model is 2 to 5 minute long videos basically. And like you just don't make money off of ads or anything like that unless you have like, honestly, I'm surprised they didn't have like a YouTube membership program or something like that. It's one of those things where because I was so detached from it because I just wasn't into any of the shows anymore. It's like, how do you make money off of this without basically doing subscriptions? And like the problem is the content you're making doesn't go well with subscriptions because who's going to pay $5 a month for a 2-minute long video?
The thing is, it was like what, the 2010, 2015 era where short form, it was like 2012, 2015 to 2017 where the short form format was no longer working.
No.
At least profit
wise. Because
especially if you're going to
cares...
do animation.
Yeah. Well, YouTube cares about watch time. So the more you watch, the better. And unfortunately, YouTube doesn't distinguish if you've watched a whole video or just a small part of the video.
Exactly. And for someone who's doing an animation, especially something like 3D animation that can take time, effort,
takes
hours,
a long time, yeah.
It's not worth it. And you're not going to make a big profit unless you like did monstrous numbers. It's not
even
worth
then
it.
Not really. The problem is that if the video is not longer than 8 minutes, you don't get a mid-roll ad at the time. And if you don't do mid-rolls, that means you're, at least from my knowledge, if your video isn't long enough for a mid-roll, you don't get the better quality ads. So you're at the bottom tier AdSense value. And
so they plummeted, and they tried all this other stuff. They made their own site and everything, and it just didn't work. It's a shame though, because I did enjoy a lot of their work.
It's one of those things.
Last few years pittered off, but still always enjoyed Death Battle.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed Death Battle. I hope they make it. I hope something happens so they can continue. I also really like the two creators.
I saw. Oh yeah, Wiz and Boomstick.
Because they're.
I will say this.
Go ahead.
I saw a post on Twitter once. It was like, who's gonna save Death Battle, and it just shows like the host or the owner of Blue Apron. And I just started to laugh my ass off because every single time I saw.
They're sponsored.
Was, like, hosted by Blue
they're
Apron.
Sponsored by Blue Apron. Yeah.
It was such a good one, but
the only problem is you have to buy the IP off of Warner Brothers, and the problem is that's not going to be cheap because Warner Brothers is, for some reason, desperate for money.
That's why I think all of them might be doomed, because Warner Brothers would rather just sweep them under the rug and use them as like tax write-offs,
lost causes, or I can't remember what the official term is, but basically it's tax write-offs.
Yeah, it's a tax write-off that they're doing, and
because
rather than make up
company restructuring losses. That's what it's called. Restructuring.
They don't care about like keeping something for like historic sake. They don't care about like preserving stuff. They don't care about like anything.
I mean, the
like
good
that.
thing is that the channels haven't been deleted and stuff like that. It's just an archive for now.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
Man, good thing. Well, hopefully there's not some band of individuals who might want to, archive something for.
It's that's look. Hypothetically, if that were to happen, it's already happened.
Yeah, hopefully that hasn't happened already.
Look, it already. Like I said, hypothetically, if it was going to happen, it's already happened, and it's already available.
Yeah. Totally not for free. Absolutely not. And I hope no one in my chat or anyone watching on the stream or the YouTubes ever do that. You guys better not do that.
Yeah, it was kind of sad. I hope some of it survives at least.
Ellie, it's like I said the other stream. It's like I said everything's. Oh my God! Everything's retiring. Either by choice or by force.
I mean, the thing with Rooster Teeth, specifically at least, is that there's also like people like, for me, I am honestly surprised it's lasted this long, considering. Like, they haven't made money in so long. Like, most companies can't run on a deficit for 10 plus years. So the fact that they even could. Twitch is a different ballpark, though.
Hi, Twitch.
And they're also not on 10 years. They're getting there, though. They're getting there.
So, oh my God, no! Just realized I mentioned the whole everything's going away, everything's retiring. No, we got hit with the triple. No, baby, a triple.
Nope. Oh, baby, the triple.
We lost Rooster Teeth. We lost Akira Toriyama, and MatPat's last.
Oh yeah, MatPat's last video came out. Yeah.
I just remembered that. I was like, no.
I mean, the thing with MatPat though is that he's not like, he's still gonna be there. He's just not gonna be the voice.
Yeah, but we're not gonna hear it like that's just a theory.
A game
not his version.
Not his version. I mean, at least all the videos are still there, and he did a lot of good closing ones, like getting the whole timelines, all those stuff set out.
I'm gonna say this because I did watch the last thing.
I haven't watched it yet, unfortunately.
Have you seen spoilers already for how it ends?
I don't care. You can spoil it. I don't care.
Okay. I love that at the end, everyone was making this joke. Everyone was saying this joke before the end of this whole thing and saying, if MatPat retires, he's just going to get Scott Cawthon. Scott Cawthon is just going to go and tell him the plot or everything in Five Nights, how it ends or what he's thinking. And at the end of his freaking video, he just takes a car ride. He's like, he says his goodbyes. He's like, see you guys. And then he just takes off in a car, drives off to some mysterious location, knocks on a door, the door open, and is like, I've been waiting for you. Scott Cawthon just opens the door, welcomes him, and he just walks in, and everyone's like,
he knows everything now.
He knows how it ends.
He knows how it ends.
Like,
it had to end that way. It had to end the way.
Of all things, considering he was in the movie, for God's sakes.
He was.
I think he was like I think he was integral to the growth of Five Nights along with Markiplier. And vice versa, because I know those
all three of them.
Five Nights kind of helped them grow.
All three of them all helped each other grow,
which was awesome. And I did like that. That was how it had ended. But oh my god, just everything. I mean, it ended.
But I mean, some stuff is resurging as well, like Smosh. Like Smosh is now like the OG Smosh again, and they own Smosh, and like they're completely independent, and they've been doing crazy stuff on their channel.
I'm gonna say okay. I'm gonna predict something, and if I'm right, future Alchem, you are right. Follow your gut. In terms of content creation, those who genuinely like it, those who genuinely show a passion for it, when the time comes, for reasons whether they just feel they need to, life, kids, whatever, when they decide they need to retire, they tend to go for like a set amount of time. But for some reason, I guess it's because the drive, the passion's still there. They can't resist it, and some of them do come back. Yeah, I say this because I'm still hoping PewDiePie comes back at one point.
PewDiePie is still... What do you mean?
I mean, technically, he's doing art. Never mind, he's doing art.
I was about to say, PewDiePie's retirement was him saying that he is no longer...
like a game streamer, I guess.
Well, it's not just that. He is no longer considering... the business side
of content.
Like he is no longer considering or worried about the numbers. When he wants to make a video, he's just gonna do it and not think about the performance or the money or the stuff because like he's just he's done being a content creator for business.
I think that may have started the whole mentality of hey, the grind set for content creators needs to either slow down or stop, because a lot of content creators go hard, like
they're just
really,
gonna burn
really hard.
Out.
Yeah, and it's funny because you hear the story from one big content creator saying, "This is my life. This was all I did," and then you hear the next one saying, "Yeah, that's all I did. This was how I lived and breathed." Yeah, and
it's like you ever hear Jacksepticeye talk about his early days on YouTube?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all he did was just constantly just follow stuff to make sure he just he just made sure he did the right algorithm stuff. He made sure the video content was good. No, he was just it was a hard grind set thing.
Like he was recording, and editing the video because he did daily uploads. So he was recording and editing that day, went to college, or like started uploading the video, and he was also on like terrible internet, so it would take like 10 hours for a video to upload, right? So he would go to college, come home, and then record and edit the next video for tomorrow. Repeat.
It's kind of
that's
what
he did.
I want to have that mindset. I want to do that grind, but at the same time, I'm like, no, I want my life.
Well, I mean, like there is definitely a healthy balance.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the bigger problems for Jacksepticeye specifically is he had such terrible internet. So he had to make videos well in advance because it would take so long to upload them at the time. Because he said like he was making like, it was at the time of like the height of like Happy Wheels and stuff like that. You remember that?
Oh my god!
Those videos were like 10 minutes long. Those videos were like 10 minutes long, but that he said those videos would take upwards to 10 hours sometimes to fully upload because his internet was so bad at the time. And it's just
Chat, anyone out there, editors, talk to me. I have no money, but I will hire you. I will pay you in exposure and thanks. And
you just gotta do it yourself, Alchem.
And I'll give you one of the. I can't thumbs up. I forgot I don't have the ability to I'll give you a virtual thumbs up. But I swear, if we lose anything more this month, I'm going to throw something at my wall. Don't need any more. I'm going to enjoy what's to come because I know, like I said, there's Akira Toriyama's last game. There's the last movie from Kevin Conroy as the voice of Batman. There's, let's see.
It really sucks that Suicide Squad is the last game he voiced.
I mean, thankfully there's a movie that'll come out.
Luckily the movie, but man, if Suicide Squad was the last thing, God, that sucks. Scene where which is also a Warner Brothers game, by the way.
Horrible. Yeah, I know. Warner Brothers, what the fuck, man?
Have you seen? All right, sorry. I got something after about Warner Brothers. Me making fun of Warner Brothers. You keep going. About
no. I'm just remembering because I'm just my mind went back to the last scene of that game with Batman, and I'm just like, that was a terrible way to end him.
Yeah.
Like you knew.
It was really bad. It was a really bad.
Oh, they didn't know it was his last performance.
In game. Okay, I mean, even you know, my problem is, even if he was still alive, it's just not a good story or lines or anything. Like, you have this amazing voice actor. You have this amazing voice actor, and this is what you decide to use them for? Like, what the heck, man?
Yeah.
Like, where did all this money and development time go, guys? Like, come on. But anyway, but the thing I was talking about, I've seen a ton of articles about this, and I've watched other YouTubers talk about it, and it's just like, it's people just not, it's Warner Brothers or the suits and ties just not getting it. Because, so, for context, Warner Brothers last year had a record-breaking profit margin for video games, right? The reason is because Hogwarts Legacy became the best-selling game basically ever last year, right? And they own it. Warner Brothers owns it, right? So Warner Brothers made huge amounts of money, and there's no way you're beating that, right? So technically, they're at a huge, they're deep in the red technically because of how much they made before, and so. I can't remember if it was the CEO or a head of the company, someone that's high up that is not a developer or anything like that, talks about the failures of Hogwarts Legacy being a buy once game because it was not a live service. And that is their lesson that, because Hogwarts Legacy wasn't a live service, we can't keep making money on it. And they talk about the poor quality sales, and they're talking about how making good AAA games once, like, every few years is a very risky business, because what happens if that game doesn't sell? And their example for this risky business of a game not selling is Suicide Squad. And the reason that game isn't selling is because everyone hates the live service elements of that game, of the terrible quality of live service, and how it's, first of all, it's also a paid game that's a live service game, which that's full price. That you know there are not many games that can do that, and it's just
because
like
it's stupid.
It is really dumb, and everyone's saying, and basically everyone in the games industry is saying, do you guys just not get it? Like, the reason Hogwarts Legacy was a major success. One, it's a Harry Potter game that, and a Harry Potter game hasn't come out in a long time, and it's a good Harry Potter game, which is few and far between, depending on your point of view. There's some good Harry Potter games, don't get me wrong, before Hogwarts Legacy, but like, it's been a while since a breakout good Harry Potter games have come out, and that fan base is quite rabid, and consuming any media of Harry Potter. And it's like, that game succeeded because it wasn't a live service. I can't imagine a live service version of that game that was successful. Like, because you'd have to strip so much stuff out of it. And like the cool interactions between the houses and all that stuff that everyone talks about, it's like, guys, you just don't get it. Like,
no.
Someone's in the games division needs to like set up a meeting with them and say, guys, this is why you guys suck. But be more diplomatic about it, of course.
There is a huge disconnect between the executives. I guess I'll just go with executives. Because I don't know.
I don't know who. I couldn't remember who made the statements, unfortunately. Yeah. But it was someone higher up.
There's a huge disconnect between them and the actual development team who makes the games and understanding what their consumers actually want.
Yeah.
They think that live service, because it works for like mobile games or they work for certain games, that they can just pull it off to. It's like, we'll just put some shiny bells and whistles. Yeah. Why not just put a full price? They'll buy it. They're stupid. No. People have gotten tired of the live service plan. They've tired of that. There's only a few that do it and do it right because they put out good stuff and they put out a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, and another thing is
trickles bullshit, and no one wants that.
And another thing is that they're also like either willingly or stupidly ignoring the fact that like every couple months 3 or 4 live service games get shut down because they're just like bleeding money. And it's like, guys, do you not see that all these live service games that everyone thought was going to be a cash cow isn't working? Because the main problem with live service is that most people don't have time for more than 2. Yeah. Like, you could argue, like, even me as someone who makes content and plays video games for a living, I don't play more than 1. Because the only technically free-to-play live service game that I play relatively regularly is arguably Honkai Star Rail. And like, first of all, I'm a complete free-to-play player for them, so I'm actually a loss. But like I can't someone who has a 9-to-5, I can't imagine them playing more than, like, they're not going to play multiple live service games. There's way too much of a commitment.
No.
Like, especially now that every AAA game, which most of the casual video game audiences, like, they care about. Like, they care about the AAA blockbuster games. All of those games desperately want your time, and they desperately want you to play until the next one comes out. So, like, they're not buying, like, 10 games. Or they're on the Xbox side and they've subscribed to Xbox Game Pass and they're never buying a game again. You know? Like, it's just like, I'm just so confused. I'm confused why these people that have so much resources don't have a team of people telling them this. Because if I can figure this out, I don't know why they can't. And it's probably all the money signs that they see.
Yeah, that's it.
It's all the green money bills that they can see. That they willfully ignore the things that are failing.
From what I'm seeing, though, the plan for these, especially the big AAA companies, they originally did the whole game experience that lasts you a few hours, maybe a few months, because you play it until you're done.
Yeah.
And now they saw all these other live service things come out. And now they're like, let's just tag live service to all our games, and then like trickle in some stuff that people can buy additionally. Because originally it was DLC, but now they're like, oh no, we'll just trickle in live service stuff. They just buy on a monthly period.
I'm so happy when I see. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm so happy when I see a game say, "Oh, we're making DLC." I'm like, "Oh, thank God." I can't believe I ever said thank God for people saying they're going to do DLC. And I'm like, it's just such a weird thing.
It's just that they forget one thing: a live service has to have staying power. You have to intend to be there for the long run. You have to have a grind that everyone likes. Like, people play Genshin, people play Star Rail because the grind is enjoyable. There are daily tasks, there are daily events, there's stuff you can constantly play. And there's the waifu appeal.
There is the waifu appeal too.
The one reason people...
And it's on everything. And it's on everything.
You mentioned before that you don't give them any problem because you play and just enjoy it for free.
Yeah, I'm a free-to-play player.
You do, because...
Well, yeah, I'm giving them attention. I'm giving them numbers. True.
You give them numbers, which then they'll just be like, look at our numbers, look at our player count, and that draws other people in because they're like, that many people can't be wrong. There must be something.
And to be fair, I do talk positively about the game with a huge caveat of if you're susceptible to gambling tendencies, stay as far away from this game as possible because it ticks all the boxes of just poking at your addictive tendencies. Like, luckily, I am very resistant to those things. So I've never been tempted to swipe my credit card on it. But like for people who are weak to that, you have to stay as far away as possible from that game as possible because man, does it like.
Only you told me sooner.
Like you didn't. You have a ship girl problem. You have a ship girl problem, not a Star Rail problem.
It varies. It varies. But,
it depends. You go through relapses every once in a while.
Yeah, that's the dumb mistake these AAA developers or the companies are doing. They want to ship everything out with a live service tag on it with no intention of it lasting a very long time. Yeah. They just intend to like keep it there for a few months and then they'll be like, well, it's not profitable anymore. Tag it and bag it, end the service. Yeah. People who are playing it, too bad. You didn't buy the game, you bought the experience.
Yeah.
And the experience is over. Too bad. You don't own it. Remember, the mentality is soon going to be, you don't own the games, you don't own anything, you just subscribe to a service or to an experience, and that's it.
Yeah.
I swear.
I mean, to be fair, that's already kind of a thing. Oh, they already have Alchem.
Yeah, I mean, I've called this way before, but this has been the mentality that all these companies want to do. They don't want you to own the games. They don't want physical copies anymore. I mean, good example. I know I'm going on this tirade again.
No, it's fine.
DVDs don't exist anymore. Physical copies of movies don't exist anymore.
They do, but they're incredibly difficult. They're incredibly difficult to get.
Yeah, I mean, Best Buy doesn't have them anymore. I'm pretty sure Walmart's going to be phasing them out one day, but.
Physical games basically don't exist. Also, the game consoles are constantly trying to get rid of the CD drives in the game consoles themselves. I mean, the new Xbox, like the new versions of the Xbox and PlayStations don't have CD drives, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. The only thing I wouldn't mind if we did go digital if they gave me the option to download said movie or game onto my drive and play it my way, because when the service is gone, most of those things.
The problem is the streaming.
Like in videos, I can. Yeah. Like the streaming services, you don't own jack. You own the service, and then when it's gone, But
they don't pretend you own it though.
No, yeah. They're at least they're not hiding behind that whole thing. No, you're buying just a service, so you have access to all their movies and stuff until either their license is over or you are done with your subscription. But I hate the fact that some people are trying to sell digital stuff, and then when their service is gone, you don't get that digital thing product you bought.
I mean, to be fair, both of us are kind of guilty of that because Steam. But like,
the day Steam dies is going to be infuriating.
If Steam ever dies, there's going to be so many PC gamers that are going to be pissed.
They're going to be so pissed.
They're going to be so angry.
And then the console gamers will be like, we were right.
Well, I mean, they're not. I mean, they don't. They have. They're actually. They're like in arguably just as bad a situation. I mean, I think the worst thing, in my opinion, is pretending like some of the consoles. I think it was Xbox that was doing it for a while of just faking physical media, because you would buy a box. Well, it's not just that. You would buy a box, and inside the box was a wooden cardboard disc with a code on it.
I remember there were some games that did that, and people were pissed.
They were so. Like, I'm like, guys, if don't pretend. Like, what? If you're gonna buy a code, just buy a code. You know?
Yeah. Also, don't take up space on my goddamn game. You.
Yeah. What a waste! Like, people are talking about, like physical media is like a waste of resources. No, that is a waste of resources. Yeah. Like, don't pretend. But I mean, that was a very specific example. They don't do that on anymore, obviously.
Yeah, no. But like the backlash there was so huge.
That was huge. But I don't mind a digital world. The world that I mind is the world where you don't own anything, and as soon as the service ends, it's gone. Mm-hmm. I mean, video game like archival or video game. What's the word I'm looking for?
No, archive. Yeah.
Archive,
about like archive, yeah,
or historical. It starts with an H or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually. But like, there are some games that you physically cannot buy anymore, or cannot play anymore. I don't think it starts with an H now. Preservation. Preservation. That's the word I'm looking for. Video game like preservation, and that's something that is just. Doesn't exist. Nintendo is one of the worst offenders of this, because like they just don't give a crap about their digital libraries.
They hide behind the whole we're a happy-go-lucky toy company and Mario's our mascot. Woohoo! But in reality, it's money.
I mean, that's every company.
Yeah, but like
arguably Nintendo is actually like in my opinion, Nintendo is like the best and worst at everything at the same time. Like, they are just a weird situation of everything. It's also the differences of Japanese based and Western based. Because I think the best thing I've ever seen from Nintendo, like a positive story I've ever seen from Nintendo, is when the Nintendo Wii U was failing hard. Like, when the Wii U was bombing and like they were just hemorrhaging money, the CEOs of Nintendo publicly apologized to their employees and said, this was not your fault, this was our fault. And they took a pay cut so they didn't have to fire people, which is unheard of, you know? Which I was like, damn. Like, that would never happen in the Western world.
It would never happen ever again. I doubt anyone's gonna be that.
I mean, Nintendo's slightly different still. Even though that some of the guys that are Nintendo are gone now, they're still it's still a Japanese culture company, right? So it's different. Like, they're not gonna, like, I'm not saying they're never gonna fire people or let go people, but I'm saying it is different. Like, letting people go because it wasn't their. Letting people go because it was a marketing problem, or like not because the stuff itself was bad. It's not as simple as letting people go for them. For Western companies, there's no. I mean, that just happens. No, that happens no matter what.
For Western companies,
that is happening. That is happening.
Fuck the lower.
It's all about the bottom line.
I need my golden parachute. I'm going to retire with like $100,000 or $100 million something in like additional bonuses.
Yeah, but that's a different of culture. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember why I started talking about Nintendo, but
corporate greed and
and physical media.
I'm just gonna say this now. I honestly feel like in the past couple of years, probably since 2020, companies have become like cartoonishly evil. Like actually, like it's the kind you'd see in like Looney Tunes-esque things, or like in those made for TV or made for like little kid movies where you have the corporate
cartoonily bad. Yeah, cartoonily bad.
cartoonishly bad, where it's just like it's all about money, and that's all I get. That's, I swear, most
I have a, I don't know if it's tinfoil hat, but I got a thing. It might be tinfoil hat. I might be putting on my tinfoil hat here, but my thought process and why companies are like this all of a sudden is because of the pandemic. Because the pandemic created such a weird bubble, it felt, especially in the video game industry, where everyone's numbers started hitting crazy records because everyone's stuck inside. What are you gonna do? Play video games? Like, for a large portion of the population, video games is a distraction, or something that you shouldn't do because it's for kids. But when there's nothing to do and you literally can't go outside, everyone chose video games. So all these companies started hiring and started bloating because there was just so much extra people playing games for at least a year, you know? And now that like high of the pandemic is gone for media companies and video game companies specifically, they're realizing, oh crap, we need to keep hitting these profit margins, and the easiest way to hit those profit margins is to fire people so you don't have to pay them, so you can count that as profit.
I honestly think that was the idea from the beginning for some companies, because
some companies,
it doesn't take a genius to realize, with everyone being locked away and suddenly an influx of people wanting to either just watch something.
It's like Netflix, how crazy good Netflix, like Netflix was losing subscribers yearly until the pandemic hit, where they just catapulted into like one of the number one streaming companies again.
Yeah, so I don't think it took a genius to realize, oh, there's going to be a giant influx. Let's take advantage of that. Hire a bunch of people to help manage this and grow and actually make a huge profit. And then when things finally settle, we just basically have to cut our workforce and then just go back to the original way it was.
Yeah.
The problem is, I don't think some of these companies realized when it would end and just thought this was the new norm.
Yeah.
Because it was like,
it did. To be fair, it was 3 years, and some places are still kind of like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of, at least the people that I know, like the whole mixed in-office, out-of-office schedules are still a thing.
Yeah.
That's not even because of the COVID anymore. That's just because people are like, no, I think I prefer this.
Yeah, it became more convenient. You had a happier workforce, which led to more productivity.
Yeah.
But some people were like, no, we don't want this. Because I will say there are some people who took advantage. There definitely are. But it wasn't a huge thing. But honestly, if you could make your workforce happy, they'll work better for you because they want to work for you.
They want to work.
But
I mean, one of the biggest things
people didn't see that.
Yeah, one of the biggest things for me is that at least whenever America gets put into this, or like companies talk about in America are talking about this, and they're saying, no, we're forcing you guys to do this or doing that or doing this. I'm like, isn't like America the place where freedom of choice is like supposed to be like the founding principle of everything?
Not when it comes to money.
It's true. That the money is an advantage. And though, in my opinion, that one person that wasn't being productive because they're at home, I doubt they're productive in the office. They're 100% not working at the office too. They're just making themselves look busy. Like, there's no way. Yeah. There's no way. Like, if you can't get them to work in a really good environment when they're at home, there's no way they're working at an office. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Like, it did help.
I'm sure some people might not work.
Trim the fat.
Yeah, like I don't see that happening. The person that's not working at home is also not working at the office.
True.
There are obviously there's exceptions for everything, but like the people that you would want to force to work, they're not working.
Yeah, no. That was the mindset. If the bubble burst,
it's my tinfoil hat.
Losing their jobs. That's why you're hearing all these companies suddenly are like, we're downsizing 9%. And they're using. I love that they use terms like we're just
the
cutting
percentage.
Our workforce by like percentages, and that's literally like
hundreds,
if not hundreds.
It's people. Hundreds, usually hundreds.
Yeah.
Have you seen the I watch a creator called SkillUp, and he's like a weekly he does game reviews and stuff like that, but one of the main reasons I watch him is he does a weekly news roundup for video game news.
Oh.
And unfortunately, there's been it started as a bit, and now it's getting depressing because every week he announces more people getting fired. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's like, and they because he's been covering the news, they've done the numbers, and he says, in the past 2 months, 1,200 people have lost their jobs. In just the last 2 months. Like, not even including the people who lost their jobs last year or like before everything. It's going to the part where every month 1,000 people lose their jobs in the video game industry. Mm-hmm. It's insane.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely nightmarishly bad what's going on and for a lot of people.
Yeah, and not everyone is built to be able to be an indie developer. Because an indie developer is a different style. Yeah. You know? Like, not everyone can be the concerned ape who makes Stardew Valley for 4 years living off savings and the helpfulness of his, I think, girlfriend at the time and family, and then makes a game that makes him a millionaire and he never has to worry about money again, basically. You know, it's like that is not the story of most indie developers.
If that could happen to everyone, that would be nice, but unfortunately,
I mean, if that happened to everyone, then it'd be even worse because that means you have to be even more successful to break out.
Yeah, because look, the only reason you succeed is because you did something that grabbed everyone's attention, everyone liked. It's not going to happen to everyone. Not everyone's going to get not only the time and dedication to work on something like that, but the support, the exposure, hell, the luck.
Yeah, like, there's definitely a huge amount of luck in it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just like
that people don't understand, but it is something that actually applies to a lot of stuff.
It's like it's a combination of being able to be in the right place at the right time, which is luck, but also to be able to take advantage of that situation.
Yeah, if you can see, if you see an opportunity, grasp it, because I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It fails. Okay. If you weren't going to take that opportunity, then you were never going to even see it. You were never even going to see success or failure anyway. Just always go for it because the worst case scenario is nothing happens anyway.
Yeah, it's like the Stardew Valley stuff. When that game started blowing up, like he started updating the game. Like he got a publisher after that, and like started putting it out on all the consoles and then the mobile version, and like he successfully grabbed that chance and just ran with
people looking at it. He saw people liking it and he gave everyone what they wanted
and still going at it. I mean, 1.6 of Stardew Valley is coming out in like 9 days. Like
are we getting that other game?
Well, he's put eventually? He put that game, he worked on it, made like a vertical slice trailer and said, okay, cool. And then he said 1.6 Stardew Valley started, the team, because he hired a team to work on Stardew Valley. And then that team, with that next update, started getting, it started as a small update and got very ambitious to a point where he stopped working on the new game to help them because it got very ambitious. And then their ideas, he really liked their ambitious ideas about what they wanted to do with this update. And they're like, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to stop working on this game and help you guys because that sounds awesome. Because from the stuff we know, it's a lot of, I don't want to say flavor is not the right word, but it's a lot of things that are very funny when you think about it. But like, you know, what you think, oh, that takes a lot of work. Because like some of the bigger things is, at least for me, is that everyone's outfit changes depending on the season now for the new update. Which is flavor, but if you think about it, that's for every NPC. That's a lot of outfits, and you have to make sure they have to make sure they animate properly well. They have to make sure they do all their motions well, and stuff like that.
You can use the term either flavor, presentation, flair, whatever it is.
And like it's
just the quality of detail that they put into it, which just shows, hey, you really like this game, and we'll like it too because like. That's refreshing.
Yeah, and he also announced that Stardew Valley has sold 30 million copies, which is insane when you think about it.
I'm just like, I enjoyed Stardew Valley. It wasn't my cup of tea, but I can see why. I can see how it sold that much.
I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's like a different version of Animal Crossing when it first came out. It was the right game at the right time. Like, there hadn't been a new... Oh, gosh. I always forget the game that it's heavily influenced from. I always forget it. Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon. Thank you. Yeah. Like there hasn't been a good Harvest Moon game out in a long time. Still, unfortunately, because apparently the new Harvest Moon games suck. Like, they're really bad. Apparently, because they're like half-baked mobile ports the last time I looked. But
everyone likes mobile games, right?
Yeah.
We all love them.
Yeah, okay. So I actually found
something after a few hours.
So I found a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so it's a new festival is in the new update. Two mini festivals. New late game content, which expands some of the skill areas. So like the RPG mechanics. New items and crafting recipes. Some alternative things if you side with the JoJo mark, which if you do, you're terrible. 100 plus new lines of dialogue apparently. Oh, winter outfits for the villagers. So not new seasons, it's just winter versions of their outfits. Which makes sense because the map becomes snow and they're all in shorts and t-shirts. But that makes sense.
Again, nice little details about that kind of stuff, which everyone loves.
And there's also like a new... Oh, the big one though, that I'm sure would put a lot of the coding aspect is they're now going to be natively supporting 8-player multiplayer for PC. Which is probably going to that's probably going to be a crazy thing, because I don't know if you know, he hired a team to make the game multiplayer because the game literally wasn't coded for multiplayer. So he hired people because they had to recode the entire game to make it work for multiplayer. They had to basically redo the game coding, which was funny. He said it was 21,000 lines of code that they had to write again because they had to make it work for multiplayer, which is insane when you think about it.
That is Jesus, that is dedication.
And like this was a thing that he said, like there wasn't a like full list yet. So it's, even with all that stuff, there's new rewards apparently for a bunch of quests, small additions and adjustments. Oh, and a brand new farm type. Because I don't know if you've played recently, there's different like layouts of your farm that you can have. There's 5 of them.
No, I'm not playing recently, so I didn't know that.
There's 5 different farm. Huge. Yeah, there's 5 different farm layouts, including the one that's already the standard farm, and they're adding a new of that. And apparently there's gonna be new secrets, which is hilarious because I haven't even played the new content from 1.5. Like, that's not including all the stuff that's already happened, which is insane in my opinion. Like I don't even know what 1.5 is. I've never really played 1.5 because once again, there's so much to do even without all the updates. It's like, damn, guys, I can only play so many games. Stop it. I can't go back. When I first played Stardew Valley, I played 100 hours in a week. I can't do that again, guys. I have things to do. Don't make me do it.
Don't worry, they'll make it a live service soon. I'm kidding.
That'd be hilarious. Only because I know Concerned Ape is definitely the type of... He's not the type of person to joke about that, but I can definitely see him talking about it. Well, it's like his new game. His new game, The Chocolate Factory. The main reason he made it is because he really didn't like the Chocolate Factory game that he was making. He said he loved Stardew Valley, but one of the things that definitely... You can see the new experience on him is the combat in Stardew Valley is definitely it works and it's passable and it's not the reason you're playing Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it's just like if you're playing Stardew Valley to be a dungeon crawler, I think you're buying the wrong game, you know? And he said he wanted to improve on the combat a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, that was my Stardew Valley rant for this week. Next week, I will in fact rant about Stardew Valley. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
Nothing wrong with that. No,
yeah.
I mean,
it's okay. Dude, when the Minecraft when the Minecraft update hits eventually at some point, I'll rant about Minecraft as well.
Oh my god. Here I'm like, Jelly enjoys the games. I'm just like, like Minecraft. I'm not creative. I can't have fun with it unless I dig straight down and dig my way out.
I mean, I don't even build a lot in Minecraft, honestly. I'm more of the adventure player.
I am too, but I'm just like, I get planted into the world, and I'm just like, now what? What do I do? Where do I go? Oh, a tree. Bunch tree.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised you haven't like. You could just the objective is I would say the objective for you would be quite simple. Kill the Ender Dragon. Beat the game.
I don't even know where to start.
I mean, that's one of the things. One of the problems is that one of the problems in my opinion for Minecraft is, all right, it looks like we're starting the Minecraft rant early. So, one of my problems with Minecraft is that for players who don't want to build, the game doesn't explain to you that there is an objective in the game. And like you can beat Minecraft and then say, nice, I beat Minecraft. And then start a new world and try to beat it again. Or beat it faster. Or beat it in a different way. And that's kill the Ender Dragon. The problem is, how do you kill the Ender Dragon? Well, the game never explains it to you. You know? It's okay, Alchem. If you want, I can teach you how to kill the Ender Dragon. It's very simple, actually. It's more difficult getting to the Ender Dragon than killing it, honestly, in my opinion.
I'll take your word for it. For me, I'm just like, I just can't. Well, I don't know. Maybe I need to give it a try. Just go in and try for the goal and just look up what I need to do.
I mean, it's pretty simple. So the main thing you have to do, Alchem, is you have to get to the Nether because you need blaze rods from the fire creatures, and you need ender pearls because you need to combine those two objects to make a. Oh god, no! You mean to make an ender eye? I can't remember what they're called now. To find the stronghold in the overworld, because that's where the end portal is. And when you go to the end portal, you can go kill the dragon.
Okay. I will have to look this up one day. Maybe I'll just start playing Minecraft and see
like I said, how far I can get. We can do a thing if you want. I can teach you Minecraft. Jelly teaches Alchem Minecraft. Fails horribly. Not clickbait.
Gets frustrated.
Not clickbait. Rage-inducing. Slams keyboard. Not clickbait.
I will try it maybe because there's.
I mean, we could do it honestly. You and me. I teach you how to get good at Minecraft. Quote unquote.
I'll work on my aim first, and then I'll work on Minecraft.
You don't need it. You don't need good aim.
No, I mean in general. Like in general in games.
I mean, here's the thing, Alchem. It's like one of those weird things where most games now, the controller is the right way to play anyway. Unless you're playing a tactical FPS, the controller is the right way to play.
Let's go! Yeah.
It's like all the Apex players, all the pro Apex players that I've seen, they're basically all controller players, except for like 10% is keyboard and mouse, but mostly it's. I
was gonna make a joke and just be like, I thought most like pro Apex players use aimbot.
Yeah, it's called the controller.
Hey.
Like unless you're playing Valorant or Counter-Strike, or like most people use controller at least from what I see.
I just know, all I know is that I just need to practice my aim eventually one day and enjoy some games more.
I mean, I would say the biggest problem that you would have when it comes to that is that for a good like 4 years, every game you're playing is at 20 FPS. Because your computer is basically dying, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, and thankfully
having a game run at 60 FPS for you is going to be a game changer.
Thankfully, yeah, that's true. Because now I'm going to test it out soon after. But I gotta see all this stuff. But that's my side of stuff on my stream. For those on my stream, most of you should know what's going on with it.
Yeah.
You'll see stuff. Anyway. I'm still just like, I hope we don't lose. Like while I'm improving and moving forward and stuff, I just hope anything else like that I've been enjoying and loving and watching and I just hope nothing more just comes out. I don't hear any announcements of another.
Unfortunately, it's going to happen. Come on, Alchem. We know it's going to happen. No one lives forever.
It's inevitable. Inevitability happens. But I'm just.
I mean, it would be nice if they stopped. If everyone could just like chill for a second and not have one after another like every like couple weeks.
Let me live in my state of delusion where everything will last forever. Right?
Yeah.
I just want those moments to still last forever. I know that eventually things move on. Hell, I'm like thinking, maybe one day I could be one of those people who makes great content that everyone loves, and everyone will just be like,
I mean, you make good content.
It's Alchem, that stupid son of a bitch. We love him.
You do have people that already do that.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, I know that there's gonna be people who enjoy my content now and will like enjoy and have been enjoying it and stuff. But I'm saying like maybe one day to the level of like, I wish like MadPad or Markiplier. I know damn well when the inevitable day comes that Markiplier decides I'm going to retire.
Yeah,
he's gonna have a humongous send off.
I mean,
huge.
He already kind of is retired if you think about it. Like he hasn't been like chasing trends in a long time.
No, because
he kind of just does his own thing.
Making his own stuff.
Yeah, he just does his own thing.
He realized that the chasing trend era of content creation is starting to wane.
Don't know about that, but
I honestly think because
clickbait is
okay.
I would say clickbait is harder. Clickbait isn't as like instant success anymore, but like following trends and like being the trendy person or like being riding the wave of a trend is definitely a thing still.
No, yeah.
It's just not the instant success button it used to be.
Yeah. Like right now, you don't have a game like Overwatch anymore. Apex was something for a while. I think it still is. Like people can still become a pro Apex player and grow through it. I've still seen people do it. We don't have anything else. Like we don't have a Five Nights. We don't have any of those games that have staying power where you could make content after content after content in terms of a content creator, not just like a player, but like I'm talking about like content creator, like what MadPad and Markiplier did. There's no game like that. There were people who were trying to do a Power World, but Power World kind of ran its course. Everyone was done with it.
Yeah, there isn't a game that really has made a creator in a while.
Yeah.
At least so crazy that we would know about them. I'm sure there's creators that popped off because of certain games.
Where's the Garden of Bonbon creators? You guys need to get on it. There's 5 games. 4 games? 5 games. I don't know. Get to work on that shit.
Don't know.
Make content.
I mean, I'm surprised that like Helldivers 2 hasn't been as much of a create like a content machine. But honestly, it hasn't really.
The thing is, people are trying to make stuff, but they can't really follow along. One, it's so
hectic.
So quickly. Yeah, exactly. Right now, we're already getting signs that the Illuminati, the third
faction, the alien faction.
Because I already saw there was a level I played with Mia. One night we were going, and there's like elemental effects that can happen, like storms and weather effects, and one of them is meteor showers. But one time we were there, and it was like a shower of stuff, but it wasn't meteors. It was like these weird crystals.
First, I thought it was like some ice crystals. And that's a sign of them, yeah.
Yeah, that's a sign of them appearing. So the Illuminati will start showing up on the game soon.
Are they actually called the Illuminati?
Yeah, they're called I think they're Illuminati. I forget what it's.
I don't know. I don't know what they're called. I think the thing about that game is that like everyone that it's just in my opinion, which could be very controversial, I don't think Helldivers 2 is very fun to watch. Because it's just a lot of sitting and there's not like, it's a lot of shooting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot going on for a viewer.
Yeah.
At playing the game, there's like 20 things you got to keep in your head. But like watching the game, it's like, damn, is he shooting those bugs / robots a lot?
What I've learned.
Some of the explosions are nice to watch, but like.
What made me realize something, especially with Helldivers 2, is it is one of the best ways to tell whether the content creator, if someone is streaming it and playing it, it is the best way to tell if they are actually like. I'm gonna phrase this wrong, and I know people, if like anyone
they're enjoying themselves, or they're just trying to.
It'll determine whether the streamer is generally like enjoyable or like a good content creator kind of not content creator, but like a good entertainer.
Yeah.
Because if they're just playing the game and nothing's happening except the gameplay, then they are.
Helldivers 2 is the problem with Helldivers 2 as a content, is that the game isn't enough.
No.
Like as a viewer, you as a entertainer, you need to do something.
Yeah, and because that's where I realized that's my fault. I need to learn. This is where I've been trying. I'm on my arc of trying to learn to be better, like a better entertainer.
Yeah, you gotta do the quips. More. You gotta quip with people, or you have to have a really.
I gotta make jokes. I gotta have a team that is okay with us fucking around.
Yeah, you also gotta have a co-op group that is totally down. That this is not. You're not going in Helldiver. And you're a Helldiver difficulty tryharding, like you are here to have fun.
If you are tryharding, you yell, scream, everything. Be loud is you're as annoying as it is, as annoying as it can be to some people. Loud is funny.
Yeah,
loud makes the video. You're not gonna watch for the quiet moment of gameplay. You're gonna watch for the moment where
at least
all
for
hell breaks loose. Yeah, the Doom music starts playing.
Yeah.
You have. Your teammates, someone is screaming. Something is going horrible. That's where everyone will want to watch. Yeah. And that's where
And that's Helldivers. That's Helldivers' problem. The problem with Helldivers is that, like, unfortunately, other than friendly fire incidents, there isn't a lot of funny moments in Helldivers. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of funny moments, but there's a lot of funny moments that the viewer won't, like, be able to play off of. It's not like it's like Lethal Company. Lethal Company is like a treasure trove of funny horror.
Yeah,
but
because when it rains, it pours in that game.
that the viewer can also experience. You know, the problem with Helldivers is the viewer isn't experiencing the craziness of Helldivers.
Yeah,
it's like, oh man, they're shooting a lot of stuff.
You will never feel the intensity of what the player is going through as they're getting swarmed by bugs or laser fires coming from everywhere as another dropship comes in. You won't feel that.
It's just not the same. It's not the same as someone playing the game. Definitely, Helldivers 2 is definitely one of the biggest examples, in my opinion, of the difference of watching a game and playing a game. Because in my opinion,
Helldivers 2, pay us for this advertising. We are like praising your game.
I'm just saying, like,
literally telling people don't watch.
Watching is not the same thing. Watching is not the same. Like, you can get the experience of a game like Lethal Company from watching it.
Yeah,
I don't think you get the same experience from a game like Helldivers 2. Like, you have to play to understand.
Yeah, and if you're gonna stream it and be an entertainer about it, this notes for you, Alchem, in the future.
Yeah,
be goofy, be stupid. Say dumb shit. Be the super soldier. Like pushing democracy.
Be the Helldivers 2 advertisement you were meant to be.
Yeah. Be entertaining for that, because that's what people watch. The gameplay is, everyone can enjoy the gameplay.
The gameplay is very boring to watch because the game, like honestly, I think one of the strengths of Helldivers 2 is that it's a third-person shooter, and it's not really doing anything new. The stratagems are cool.
Yeah.
But like the stratagems isn't even a Helldivers 2 thing. Stratagems, the way they do stratagems is literally from Helldivers 1 from like 2014. Like it's the same system. Apparently, it's also the same. It's literally the same, like, arrow keys, like the same code as well. Like they didn't even change the code arrow keys from Helldivers 1 to 2.
Huh.
Like apparently the stratagem like codes for up down or like the orbital strike, the right up. Apparently it's literally the same code. Right up
if it
in
works,
Helldivers.
it works.
Yeah, so it's like it's but the game itself is like it's very safe in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
But just playing the game is different.
I feel like I feel like what's gonna happen is unless the game when the game finally starts trickling and you don't have any new updates anymore, which I don't know the game plan for the devs, but once that's done, the game will probably just peter out and people will be bored of it. But it'll come back. It'll be in the lines of Deep Rock Galactic, EDF, any of those games where you just come back and pick it up.
It's one of those things where that style of game really, like, I don't say lives or dies. I want to say it thrives off of seasonal updates. Like every 3 or 4 months, there's a new Helldivers 2 big patch. It's time to go play. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah. Or suddenly they start announcing that Super Earth is under attack directly.
Yeah.
Right now we're
on the outskirts. We're on the outskirts. Yeah. We're fighting the outer rim. We're fighting the outer worlds basically.
Mm-hmm. When they suddenly say a planet near Super Earth or Super Earth itself is under attack,
I don't know. Super Earth's
gonna hop in.
Damn, if Super Earth ever gets attacked, that's gonna be intense.
Yeah, I would love.
I don't know if they could ever do that.
As a gigantic troll, I just kind of want to see what they would do if everyone, and I don't mean like everyone, like maybe a good 80% of players, or I wish, but if you could get all the gamers to work together, they just we take a break from it for a little bit just to see what would happen. Would everything start getting taken over? Would Super Earth actually be in danger? Would Super Earth fall? And if that happens, what happens?
I think if the player booth,
gone,
if the I don't know if the player base is large enough, I don't think Super Earth would ever fall.
No,
because I think everyone. For the people who care, I think everyone would defend.
I've seen in terms of how many people are around. Yeah. There have been at least 300,000 people playing consistently.
Yep.
Because I remember on the robot planets I saw 200,000.
Yeah.
And missions on the bug planet it was 50,000. Which collectively you're almost at 300K people playing all at once.
Yep.
So.
And that's also not even it's got a lot of pull. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, remember to serve Super Earth.
Yep.
Remember, manage democracy for all. And don't forget to spend all your super credits. Spend all of them.
All of them. Everything.
Yep.
Everything at once.
And don't forget to hug your homies before missions.
Always. You know, what I was really sad with the mechs. I want to say one final thing.
Yeah.
About Helldivers 2 is that I was in a mech and someone did the hug emote, and I was legitimately disappointed that I couldn't hug them back while in the mech. I really wanted to be able to hug back in a mech. That would have been hilarious. If you could emote in a mech, that'd be so good. I want so badly to be able to emote in a mech. I just want it so badly. I was so disappointed that I couldn't hug back in a mech. I want 2 mechs hugging each other, Alchem. Why can't they make it happen? I just want it badly. But on that note, I think that will be the end of today's episode. We went from very, very range of topics today. I was happy with it. Alchem, why don't you do your shoutouts first?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to my homies. Okay. So, give me 1 second.
1 second, happening? I can stall if you want. I can go on another rant. Okay.
I got it. If we want to talk more rants,
it's okay. That'll be for
melee attack. I want the mechs to have a melee attack. Oh god,
that would be nice too.
Please, at least a stomp. Give me a stomp.
A stomp would be nice.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for joining. For my thing, I am Alchem. I'm the VTuber Tanuki on Twitch. Soon, with thanks to recent things that have happened, I might be able to expand and go on to YouTube and stuff. Uh, you can catch me on Twitch where I just play a lot of different games. I'm also working on a lot of stuff soon, so those of you who are new, you might see some. Okay, this is gonna get crazy soon when I get to work on stuff. I just haven't found the time because life keeps hitting me with sidelining me. But hopefully soon I'll get the new changes done.
I'll get
Those
them
who
soon.
have been watching, you will see updates soon. Stuff is happening, and I'm working on it. But yeah, you'll see me playing a wide variety of different games. I'm just having fun with my friends. To be quite honest, I am literally streaming for the hell of it and for fun. I do want to make more content because I found that it is cool to know that some people enjoy your content, even though like literally I don't consider my stuff content. But I've just been having a lot of fun, and now I think I got that drive, or I think I got bit by that bug of like I want to make content. So you'll see me trying to do stuff, but in the end, I am just having my fun. Sometimes I'm really quiet. Sometimes I'm talkative as all hell. Sometimes I'm just lying back and enjoying the everyone's company because I play with my friends a lot. And yeah, you'll see me there. I'm also, like I said, a Tanuki VTuber, so you'll see me swapping different forms. So if you see me, say you see me as a Ram, a Neko, have gigantic personalities down there, don't worry about it. It's just all part of the content. For fun.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, you know? And I am the Techno Jelly. Thank you all for being here. I am a slime VTuber that is on Twitch, YouTube. I'm mostly on YouTube nowadays. I stream a lot of Minecraft and Valorant nowadays. Unfortunately, I also streamed a lot of Stormgate and made videos on Stormgate. We're losing Stormgate though. The beta's over. The last day is tomorrow, and I don't want to get NDA'd, so I'm scared. So I'm no longer going to be doing that. But whenever that comes back, we'll be doing it. I will be back to actual streaming because I'm now healthy enough again. I'm sorry, everyone, that I basically wasn't streaming for an entire week, but I did upload a video every single day. So, I mean, that was an accomplishment. I am the Technojelly on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok as well. Also, if anyone wants to watch the before and after scenes of the podcast, you can support me on Patreon, where I upload those a day after the podcast goes live on my YouTube. I'm getting better at it. We're now all caught up on the Patreon, so if you want to do that, you can. And yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Goodbye.